We've been to 4 organizations in 4 different states, over 11,000 miles of travel, and now those organizations are here.
My name is Phyllis with Hidden Pond Farm Equine Rescue of Brentwood, New Hampshire.
We are here to win that massive $15,000 check.
Your job is to run
7 Sin Chill, 2 pony halters, 5 buteless paste.
I'm sorry, but your numbers aren't quite right.
Where did Keith go? Don't remember all the things, and Keith is nowhere to be found.
Congratulations.
Wow. How are we even going to choose who gets the $15,000?
They've had quite the journey getting here. We went to them. We chose them to be one of the mentored organizations. We'd like to take you back and show you a little bit of that journey. New Hampshire is known for having a short coastline. It's only about 12 miles long. But not only do they touch the ocean, they have mountains, they have the tallest peak in New England, they have lakes, they have beautiful forests, and we're so far north, we're only a few hours from Canada.
There's a horse rescue here in New Hampshire that's applied to be a full circle of life horse shelter and a chance at winning $15,000. We're about to go check them out and see if they're a good organization and if we're going to mentor them. We just don't know until we get there.
Well, it's supposed to be right up here on the right, so.
It is.
And they said drive down to the canyon,
Drive
right?
down to the barn, yeah. Wow, look at their poor
Oh,
barn.
dear.
It's like literally missing, oh man, it's got holes in the roof.
I wonder if that's what is that what they want?
No, they're wanting the grant to help with their kid education program, kind of make a little classroom, but man, their barn needs some help.
Keep it simple, keep it sweet. Here's a line I heard somewhere. Feel the ground under your feet. It can take you anywhere. Chasing shadows with you.
Welcome to Hidden Pond Farm Equine Rescue.
Yes, it's beautiful here. We're so happy to be here. You have a beautiful facility. And a lot of volunteers. I see volunteers everywhere.
I love my volunteers. We won't function without volunteers. It's a gift from heaven. My name is Phyllis Elliott, and we run a horse rescue by the name of Hidden Pond Farm Equine Rescue since May 23rd, 2014.
I co-founded the rescue with my mother. I had a very successful career previously in the horse show world, and I loved it, but I think my true passion is helping animals and people. So I really would like to incorporate that with my time here. And yeah, so I mean, it's just amazing. I love it.
Yeah, my passion is a connection with the horse and all the things that they've done for me. That's why I started the rescue at that time in my life, is because my kids were grown. Well, what are you gonna do? Well, I want to give back to the animal that gave us so much. And that's just how it started. And I didn't know how. And I reached out to a couple of people, and I had no clue as to what to do. And I found a GoFundMe page that someone else did. I'm like, oh, what's that? Well, let's write a story and see what happens. That was the beginning.
Well, let's go take a look at your facility.
Sounds good. It's really windy here, and The roof is pretty old. It was built before we moved in. We refurbished everything in 1996, but as you can see, horses are pretty destructive, and it needs a little pick-me-up.
So there's a section of it that's just missing in one part of the roof, and then a whole like paneling of roofing gone in another section.
Blew away.
Just blew away.
And the nails, the roofing nails are really short, so the wind gets underneath it and pulls and pulls and pulls, and then all of a sudden, and it's pretty scary. My husband, who's afraid of heights, and another volunteer who's also afraid of heights, got up on the roof and they nailed down the very top section, the top crown pieces up there, and they were able to secure the other side, but they weren't, that side is not very steady. You don't want somebody up there. So every winter, if we get snow and the snow slides off the roof, I'm like, oh, we got another year out of it because it's not gonna fall down, it's frozen to the ground.
Wow.
But it's something that is becoming a more and more dangerous issue, that needs to be dealt with.
Do you know how old the barn is?
We moved in '95, and I believe the people that built the house, they built that as well, and is probably in the 50s.
Okay, so 70 years old already.
Yeah,
70
it's
years
done its
old.
time. It's done its job.
Well, it's still functional.
It's
just
very
got
functional.
holes in the roof.
What are these pens for?
We call these dry lots. We use this area to keep horses off the grass until it comes in thick enough that they actually have something to eat, which then poses another problem because you have to get the horses used to the grass. You can't just say, woohoo, we turn them out. So what we're doing right now with our horses is giving them about 10 to 15 minutes a day, and then 20 minutes a day, and then the grass will be thick enough and they can get outside.
Nice. How many horses do you have?
On property?
Yeah.
I think it's 59.
59, okay. So you guys stay really busy.
Very busy.
What's your adoption program like?
Our adoption program, we do fairly well. I think we probably, on average, are 27 to 28 horses a year. We keep them a while to make sure they're all set, ready to go, feet done, teeth done, emotionally done. So they don't just come in and go out. My plan is to take the horses no one wants, so it takes a little more time, but they need a home too.
Absolutely.
This is an absolutely adorable garden over here.
This garden was named after a horse that I raised. Her name was Shadow, Encore Shadow, so hence Shadow's Garden. We use all of the profits from the garden, which basically everything's profit, because I have two wonderful volunteers who start the plants from seed, plant it, and take care of it. The camp kids that we have that come during the summer will weed it, eat some of it, and the rest we sell.
Wow, so this garden helps fund some of the hay purchases and feed purchases
whatever we're
for the
needing.
horses.
How much do you earn from the garden?
I'd have to ask our treasurer. We have a little shed on the street, and it's called the garden shed, and there's a little cash box, and some weeks you're pulling $200 in the height of the season. And, it doesn't seem like a lot, but when every dollar is an important dollar. So every dollar that you take in is going to be spent on something. It could be farrier care or the dentist or whatever. You never know week to week what you have to deal with as far as new horses especially. So the dirt from this garden is just recycled horse manure that we made a huge pile of, and it's probably 20 years old, and we put it here.
Wow.
How special.
This is a very unique situation. I've never seen this at another horse rescue, but I think it's so important because compassion fatigue is something that affects so many rescuers and volunteers, because you give so much and then you don't have time to take a breather and do something different. And that's what this garden is, and that's amazing. I think doing stuff with your hands in the dirt, or even kicking off your shoes and getting your feet in the dirt and weeding, it's so therapeutic.
It is.
To have a little hobby here outside of the horses, it's a garden, that's special. That's really neat, Phyllis. This is something that I think all horse rescues should replicate of some kind.
And it's good stuff to eat too.
Yeah.
It's good for you.
Oh, definitely.
I love to just be able to meet them, because every horse has a different personality, and I also love to be able to learn new things about how to ride them or take care of them.
The first time I came here, I was welcomed by Phyllis.
I felt home. I felt free here. I felt like I can do whatever I want. Kind of not true, but I felt like it. Yeah, we're probably gonna, I'm probably during the summer, I'm probably gonna pop here a lot and help out with the animals.
I think you should choose this organization because Miss Phyllis really deserves it. She does a lot of hard work here, and she actually lets you have an opportunity. Like when you come here, she'd be like, oh, hi, welcome. Now you can get brushing the horses. And they're like, oh, great, yay, I can actually do stuff. Miss Phyllis really deserves it. She's a really great person.
Here, I feel really, really happy, and I really enjoy it, and I think that they deserve to have this money so they can help all the horses all around.
But I think that's really neat. You have a beautiful facility here. You have lots of land, and you're able to adopt out horses and then have a place for these horses to stay, and then the boarding comes back and helps cover fees for the organization.
And they volunteer. So that's the beauty of it all, because they're so interested in our program. That's how they got here in the first place. Everyone volunteers. Everyone has time where they do their thing, be it cleaning stalls, cleaning paddocks.
Well, you got a great program here.
I'm going to take you to probably the prettiest spot on the farm where you can overlook and see everything. There's another barn up here, of course, and more horses. So for me and for a lot of the people that come here, this is the quietest, most picturesque part of the farm. If you've had a bad day and you need to just relax, or if you want to really just learn how horse behavior is, you come here, because how they get along with each other in life and how they discipline one another and how they love on one another, you can find it right here. Some of my most wonderful memories is sitting on this fence and just watching them be. Just be horses.
Just be. Is this the pond? That is the hidden pond?
It used to be hidden because we had a row of pine trees to the left of the pond, and you couldn't see the pond.
Okay.
My husband says pine trees are going to fall down and crush everything, so all the pine trees are gone. No more hidden pond. And it's beautiful today, nice and clear.
It is beautiful. It's really neat standing up here and watching all of your volunteers. Like, they're so hardworking down there, and they're self-motivated, and like they're all doing jobs. I don't see anyone sitting around just idling on their phones or anything. Like, they're here for a purpose, and they're passionate.
I do everything. I feed, I turn out, I help the horses. We work with them, whether it's leading or helping the kids ride. Anything that Phyllis needs, I do.
And I saw a lot of horses that needed a lot of love, and I had a lot of that to give. And so yeah, I'll clean a stall, then I'll spend some time hugging and grooming and clean the stall again. And in the winter I was here 6 hours a day, every day, just loved it. And the people here are amazing. Everyone here just works hard, gets along. Phyllis and her daughter have so much love and respect for the animals, and that was what was important to me, that I be in a place that I saw that, that animals were being treated with love, and she has a tremendous amount of compassion in her heart.
This hidden pond is like a connection for everyone to be together and to help people with horses and stuff.
I feel like Phyllis is really down to earth, and I feel like everyone here is really down to earth. And this whole place, I mean, just the fact that they offer, you can volunteer here. I feel like it's just a fantastic location and program for really just anyone who wants to get out and, just help out with these animals. It's great.
Do you have a volunteer coordinator, or I'm 40 volunteers is a lot that comes out, and they're on schedules and all this stuff. So how does that work?
By the grace of God, because He takes care of those that can't take care of themselves, me being that person. They all have limited time, so they come at specific times that works for their schedule. And we have so much work to do that it doesn't matter. If I had everybody here at the same time, we would have everything immaculate, and then we would start working horses. So It doesn't matter. Their schedule is most important, because I don't want to tell anyone, well, I can't use you. Of course I can use you. I don't care what limited availability. And people say, I only have this day. Good, I'll take it.
That's really neat. And you have a great facility, and it's because of your volunteers out here.
They are the heart and soul.
Well, I do some chores around, hang out with some of my favorite horses. Sometimes I go in there and groom some of them. I like enjoying learning about horses. I like what you get out of horses, like you get certain things out of horses, and that could be different with every person.
Today's a very special day because one of our volunteers is going to adopt Dahlia, who is a very big horse. And when she came to us, she was so tired and so broken and so lame that when the vet came to x-ray her, before he even took the x-rays, he said she won't be with us more than 8 months. And then when he took the x-rays, he couldn't believe it was just minor arthritis in her ankles. Physically, she healed up pretty well. Mentally, she's just coming around within the last 3 to 4 months. I'm thinking primarily because of all the time Amy spends with her and loves on her, and she's going to take her home.
Aww.
Along with her other horse that's here. So the two will leave and they'll go into her beautiful field and live quite a nice life. So it's what we hope for all our horses. And the best part about today is May 23rd, and today is 8 years ago we did our first rescue trip. So
okay.
It's our anniversary.
It's your anniversary.
As well. Yeah.
Wow.
And what better way to celebrate your anniversary by adopting out a horse into a loving home that you never have to worry about again, ever.
You know, obviously a very important day here. It's just a perfect day to make it official.
So we have her adoption papers. So I have to sign them now, but I can't see anything. It actually is a very happy day.
It is.
In
They're
someone's
happy
life.
tears, yeah.
It's a journey of love that unless you've been involved with saving your own horse, you know, but most people don't know.
No, they have no idea how special it is.
So here's one for you, and here's one for our records.
Okay.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Congratulations, Dahlia. And that's how it's done.
When the tractor brought these bales in, they were covered in a white wrap. And I know I've seen online, don't ever feed horses with hay that has been wrapped in plastic.
And if you were buying hay from someone you didn't know and you didn't know how it was cured and you didn't know how it was processed, then I would suggest that you don't buy hay like that. The person that we buy our hay from has been involved with our horses for over 10 years, and we know how he processes his hay. We know what the moisture content is when he bales his hay and then when the hay is wrapped. So if you touch this, it's pretty dry. Because of where we live and how much hay we go through, we do not have storage, and this has been an optimum way at lower cost to keep all our horses fed and healthy. I would not buy hay like this if it wasn't someone that I knew personally.
So what is the major concern behind hay that is wrapped in plastic?
I think most of the people are concerned with botulism. You can do a vaccine for your horses for botulism if that's a concern for you. Again, though, with any hay you buy, you know, you want to make sure your hay is dried and cured properly. Whether it's baled or wrapped or squares or anything. This is a third cutting from New York. It's high in calories. Our horses do very well with it, as low budget as we possibly can get. And knock on hay, everything's been good.
Well, that's really nice, and you're able to store it easier too. So.
I can keep it outside. If it's done right and it's done well, you've got a good product.
With the 2 suppliers, you're 100% certain that the hay is safe. You wouldn't get it from other people you don't know.
Correct.
Thanks for educating me on the wrapped plastic, because we don't really see it much in Tennessee.
Phyllis, it has been absolutely lovely touring your facility, meeting a lot of your volunteers.
Being a full circle of life horse shelter and accepting a horse and not turning them away, it's a huge commitment. So kind of what led you to us being here today?
What led us to you guys is what your philosophy is. It sounded like us. You know, granted, we're just little, but keeping horses at all stages of life, helping any horse. If a horse needs to be saved to be euthanized, that's not a bad thing. If a horse needs to be saved to spend some time and heal, it's not a bad thing. Every horse deserves a home. I believe that with every inch of my soul. So reading what you people do, watching what you people do, resonated with what we did, and I thought, and we all thought collectively as a board, that would be a good fit for us to apply for a grant.
So if you did win the grant, what would you be using the funds for?
My primary focus now, because you can save horses and keep saving horses, but you really need to educate people at the grassroots level. And I would really like to spend some time into having an area. This is great to be outside, it's a beautiful day, but people come here on inclement weather. We ride if it's raining or not. We ride if it's 100 or not. And to have a space where they can come in and learn and be safe and not have roosters in their room was important to me. That there have been all kinds of talk about thoughts and what we could do with the money, but having an educational space, and we teach our kids how to save horses and how to be kind to animals and how to leave them alone when they need some time to adjust. So the more we teach people at that level, I think the more you're going to see horses in a safer place, or at least help them. You know, you're having trouble feeding your horse this month. Let's see if we can help you with a Band-Aid to get you through a rough time.
Your program here is really neat. It's been fun walking around and seeing everyone, and it's very organized and very well ran. So that's really neat. We're gonna really enjoy being here and learning more about your organization and watching it in motion.
I like to brush the horses, help out, and know that I'm home. The first time I came here, I was welcomed by Phyllis. She said, grab a bucket and get on with it. Just brush a horse. So, yeah, I was welcomed and it was a fun place to be. This place is amazing. Miss Phyllis really welcomes everyone. I give love and care for the horses. When I walk in, the first thing I think is, wow, this place is amazing. It feels like home.
They're super sweet here. I am blown away by the amount of volunteers they have.
There's people everywhere all the time.
And they're all they drive in and they go straight to work. As a full circle of life horse shelter though, I can see that, you know, with all these volunteers here that could, you know, they could get emotionally attached to horses coming in critical condition that may need euthanasia. That could be a difficult aspect.
And then the quarantine. I didn't see a quarantine spot here. Did you talk to Phyllis about that?
I did, and she said they quarantine off-site. So only horses that come here have gone through a quarantine process.
So,
in a sheltering situation, you need a quarantine facility where you can quarantine. Now, off-site quarantine is amazing, but will this, I mean, I think it's workable. I'm just not quite sure yet.
So that could work really well if they do have a good off-site quarantine, because then with all their volunteers here, only the healthy adoptable horses would be coming here, and that would keep the volunteers from becoming emotionally attached to horses that end up being
I don't know.
be put to sleep. But
there's a lot that happens in this barn, and it's literally falling apart.
It is. Definitely some concerns. I think there's a lot of positives here too.
Yeah.
It's a beautiful, beautiful piece of property.
It could definitely go a long ways. We'll see what happens.
Yeah.
Well, we're here talking with them and discovering more about this organization.
Okay, so what I'm about to do right now is let our herd of 5 out that have been contained for the day. This is their nighttime little area. They have their hay down here, their water, and their gate stays open should they want to go back up to their run-in shed. So they've been waiting to get out of here for a while because the air is good and the bugs and mosquitoes aren't here yet. So they'll be really happy. Come on, guys. Oops. Oh no. Come on, Belle. Come on, Beauty. Come on, Belle, you can do it. Come on, Fatty.
Okay, now I'm going to try to lift his back. First, we'll tilt his pelvis a bit. It goes up a little bit.
Okay, yep, you did better than I did, yeah.
Many years ago, I was a farrier. I was a farrier for 27 years, and I did Phyllis's horses that whole time, starting back around 1975. And I had to give up shoeing in 2001 because my back gave out. And I had already started massage at that time, but not on horses. I mostly do humans, mostly work on humans. Been doing humans for about 30 years, and I started doing equine massage about 7 or 8 years ago. Well, horses have the same muscles as people and have the same musculoskeletal issues and problems as people. So I'm looking for sore muscles, I'm looking for imbalances in muscle tone. You know, some muscles are going to be hypertonic, that is too tight, and some are going to be inhibited, meaning stretch tight, and I try to create a symmetry, a balance. I'm not here all the time. I come here, I'm a licensed massage therapist in the state of New Hampshire, and I come to work on the rescue horses. Most of the horses' problems are a result of being ridden, especially with poor fitting saddles. So a horse naturally, by instinct, when he feels pressure on his back, wants to hollow out his back. You know, in the wild, if he felt pressure on his back, it's most likely a predator. He's trying to get away from it. So his back drops down, and when his back drops down, his abdominal muscles go flaccid, and he loses muscle tone here and loses the strength of his core. So when the back goes down, the pelvis goes into an anterior tilt, a forward tilt, which puts his back legs further out behind him. That's a problem because the hind end is the horse's means of propulsion. Horses are very good at hiding their pain. They don't want to display their pain because in nature, if he looks like he's hurt, makes him more vulnerable. That's who the predators are going to go after first. As far as if horses are cooperative or not, I take what the horse is willing to give me. I take a few minutes and try to connect with the horse before I actually start to work on him. Let the horse get a sense of who I am and what my intention is. And then I start to work, and the more the horse gives me, the more I ask for. When the horse has had enough and doesn't want to do it anymore, then I back off. I want it to be a positive experience. I don't want it to be a struggle. As far as care for the horses, they get excellent care here. They get plenty of food, they get massage, they get acupuncture, they get whatever they need to bring them back to the best they can be. No place will they get better care than with Phyllis. She has dedicated her whole life, given up her farm, not to mention all the volunteers and the other people that pitch in here. And I can't think of another farm more deserving than this one. He's done. Good boy.
Working here has changed me tremendously. As a person, like riding has always been therapeutic to me. Not only do we bring horses and we save them and bring them along, these are animals that are technically, the stigma is they're damaged animals, and a lot of people won't buy it at the kill pen and they won't take the time to rehabilitate. First it's time, rehabilitation, and then you have to work on their body with regeneration of nerves sometimes, so acupuncture, massage, chiropractic. A lot of them probably have pre-existing injuries, especially if they were a previous show horse. The awesome thing that I've really learned is like, okay, we can bring these horses back that are literally thrown away and labeled dangerous and make them a suitable riding horse and a safe, suitable riding horse. And then if I look at a horse, or a person as it's a horse, I can understand a human's behavior a whole lot more. So my experience with Christopher is limited. I rode him today for the first time. I've worked with him twice in hand, and the last time previous to this, I worked with him in hand with tack on. Horses and people can grow together, and I would love to see it just keep evolving and growing and having the funds and finance. Christopher. I just have to walk him a circle. He's really like losing his patience. Pull it together. Pretty nervous with chickens, and that's a new thing for him, and he did really well. You know, you just have to be patient, and eventually they come around. And as long as you're patient and you come from a place of compassion, they do really well. Okay, so I felt that Christopher did really well today because I threw a lot of things at him. He was extremely receptive. He's a very green broke horse I don't think has ever had a bit in his mouth. He was able to walk, trot, and canter, and he was agreeable and sensible, and he was safe and good-minded, and I think he, as challenging as it was for him, I think he had a lot of growth, and it just goes to show for his great mindset and sensibility. He's a great horse.
I want to sit down with Phyllis and one of her board members to go over the cost involved with bringing a horse into their organization, compassion fatigue, and most importantly, taking that time for Phyllis to take a day off and not 7 days a week be pouring herself into the organization. Because if she constantly gives to the organization and doesn't give any time for herself, she could burn out and this whole organization could be in jeopardy. So we're going to sit down with them and we're going to figure some things out. There's a lot of things we're going to be going over the next few months. I think it's so important to take one day off for yourself. And it might be that it needs to start.
Phyllis.
How often do you ever take a day off?
No. She never leaves the farm.
When COVID was great because I don't like to leave the farm. But the time off that I enjoy is when I look outside. I like the past 3 days have been so much fun for me. I hate to shop for anything unless I'm going to an auction. You want to take me to an auction? I'll take a day off.
I will take you to the auction.
But no, I don't take a day off. I do like the ocean, and every year I say, I'm going to go to the beach this year. just to walk the beach, or I need to go off property because I want to go to Andrea's ice cream stand, which I did. But there's a very small amount of things. I used to like to go fishing, but now I feel bad for the worm, so I can't do that. And then I feel bad for the fish.
I am the same boat. I'm totally with you on that.
I like to eat them if they're under cellophane, I'm sorry, but I do not want to fish for them anymore, and that used to be a great pastime for me. And I think having children changed all that. It changes your whole perspective on life. And my vacations used to be going to horse shows with them. And they're all grown up now.
But do you still like going to horse shows?
No.
No. Just because you're not watching your kids do it?
No, it's just a lot of things have changed on how I view how horses are treated. So
me too.
I'm not opinionated to a point where it will anger me. I just don't want to watch it.
Yeah. No, I understand. I grew up going to rodeos, and this one time I was in the stands, and this horse came out, and it was bucking, and everyone's like, woo! woo, hollering, and I'm like, yay. Well, the horse, it came right across the arena and basically right where the fence where I was. And it was making a noise like horses do when they're really, really scared, that type thing. And there was blood coming out of its mouth because it had bit its tongue. And at that moment, I stopped cheering, and I'm like, why am I cheering at this animal who's terrorized? And to the point that it hurt itself. And I looked around and everyone else is cheering, and I'm just like,
wow.
There was a turning point for me, because I had grown up doing it. You don't think about it, and it's a rodeo, it's fun, it's Western, it's heritage. But at that moment, I was like, I cannot sit here cheering at an animal that's scared to death to the point that it's hurting itself. For me, and what we do is, and I truly believe that if I didn't take a day off, that this organization that I run would not be where it is today, because I would be completely burnt out. But I do take every Saturday off, and we do go to church on Saturday, and I spend it with family and friends. And in the afternoon, maybe we'll go hiking, maybe we'll go for a drive out in the woods, and just take that time to do something different.
And you try not to think about the rescue and everything going on with it during that time.
Hiking. That's a good one. I would like that.
So, just taking a day and saying, like, I'm going to go out and hike. I'm going to take one of the dogs, and we're going to go hiking. It's so important to step away from what we constantly do, because otherwise it's constantly in our heads. Like you said, like, I used to go to bed and I was like, okay, is this done? Is that done? Is that, like, your brain won't shut off because it's constantly in survival mode, because you're constantly on the front lines of rescuing animals. So taking that time to take a breather and do something different is so important, of just for yourself, because you can't keep giving of yourself to everybody else if you don't give some time to yourself.
My brother would like that. My brother has a boat in Boston Harbor, so maybe I'll go there this summer.
Yeah, just
sit on it. I don't want to go out. I just want to sit on it.
Yeah, just sit on it. Just do something that takes you away from here, and start finding joy and amazement and everything outside of the organization.
I'm going to go on my brother's boat. I'm going to call him and say, I have to go on your boat. When are you coming?
Good.
Awesome.
I can't believe we've even gotten this kind of an opportunity to be filmed, or to have someone come here, or to have someone notice us, or to understand what we do. I can't say enough about how wonderful everything has gone on, and how, again, more so than anything, whatever happens, this experience has been one of those wonderful things in life that you will just never forget. And everyone here, my volunteers and the people that ride here, even our Easter sales clients, everyone has had such a wonderful time. And the enthusiasm and energy that you brought with you filtered into them, and it will last we will be talking about this for a very, very long time.
I just wanted to, and I'm sure you all know this, that your founder here of your organization is an amazing person. I don't have to tell you that. I know you all know that. I've been to a lot of different organizations across the United States, and I've never seen a volunteer program like I've seen here. You guys are amazing. And last year we went to Colorado and helped Colorado Horse Rescue Network, and the work they're doing in Colorado is amazing. And the whole philosophy is behind this is to be a full circle of life horse shelter and help horses not only in your area, but within driving distance. So if somebody has a horse that they need help with, they can call an organization, and that organization will figure out a solution and help that horse, instead of saying, no, sorry, we're full, click. That's what this whole program is about, avoiding. And so this year we received over 30 applications across the United States. And even in Spain, we had to narrow it down, and then we took it to about 10 organizations. We kept narrowing it down and narrowing it down. And your organization here is one that was in the top 4.
Top 4, woo!
The winner of the Full Circle Life grant will get a $15,000 grant to help their organization in some tangible way at their facility. We don't want the money just going into the bank. We want it to help something of need at the facility. And then also 6 months of mentoring, which is going over fundraising, a whole bunch of sheltering skills. And I'm there 24/7 on call for the people that we're mentoring. It's really, really hard to choose which organization we're going to pick. But when we came here, we didn't know if for sure this organization would be one that we would mentor, because that was the first step, is can we mentor on the fundraising side, and can they be a Full Circle Life horse shelter? And I'm happy to tell you all that we have decided to mentor this organization for 6 months. And they'll be in the running for the $15,000 grant. So Phyllis and another person that I don't know how she's going to choose. When we go to these other organizations, there's like 4 people there. I'm like, well, you got to pick a person and bring them. So Phyllis will be coming to Tennessee for a week of boot camp.
Right in the middle of summer when it's about 92 degrees and 99% humidity.
At our shelter in Tennessee, we're going to be doing an adoption event on Sunday. We're going to do a classroom on Monday. Tuesday, we're going to go to an auction and rescue a whole lot of horses.
Oh, yeah!
Come in. Wednesday, we're going to do the intake of those horses. And then Thursday, we're going to present the winning organization with a $15,000 really big check. Woo! So I don't know how many times I've been with organizations and mentoring them, and they're like, we want volunteers, we desperately want volunteers. And it's this poor lady out there doing everything herself. And you guys together are an amazing group of people that are doing so much for horses. So you should all be so proud. You're all heroes, total horse heroes.
My experience this week with Horse Plus Humane Society has been nothing more than over the top. I've learned so much. I've had so much fun. My volunteers have had so much fun. I can't believe we've even gotten this kind of an opportunity, or to have someone come here, or to have someone notice us, or to understand what we do. Whatever happens, this experience has been one of those wonderful things in life that you will just never forget. And everyone here, my volunteers and the people that ride here, even our Easter sales clients, everyone has had such a wonderful time. And the enthusiasm and energy that you brought with you filtered into them, and it will last we will be talking about this for a very, very long time.
Pond Farm Equine Rescue has one of the most amazing volunteer programs I've ever seen. I've gone to a lot of horse rescue organizations across the United States, but here at this organization, they have their volunteer program down pat. There are so many people here, and they come and they know exactly what they're supposed to be doing. It's amazing to see such a vibrant volunteer program, and it's something that really would be amazing to replicate at other organizations.